Welcome back to Java and Joy. I am your host, Carla Joy, and we are going to be talking today about how beauty is not vanity, it is vitality, ladies. We're going to be discussing the connection between beauty and wellness. So you can stop feeling vain just because you love your lipstick and so much more to come on this episode. As we're settling in here, though, say hello to me in the comments. Let me know how your week has been. I want to mention that my freebie guide is out there in the atmosphere for you to get a good energy reset boost leading into this new season. It's a completely free guide. It's linked in my bio on Instagram. It's at carlajoywellness.com on my coaching tab. It is a 7-day guide that you are going to feel so much more energized from by the end of it. In fact, everyone that I have talked to that has followed that guide has started seeing results within 2 to 3 days. So go get that free guide. Feel your best this summer. And as always, if you're not already a member of my Joy Circle, get in there. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? It is an amazingly supportive community of women, and we do fun challenges. In fact, we are doing a 5-day challenge this week. We have ladies' nights once a month with fun trivia and prizes, and you get bonus episodes of this show, Java and Joy, just for being a member. Plus so many other goodies in there too, right? Got to leave some surprises there, but make sure you get in that Joy Circle. Everything will be linked in my Joy notes. And let's do our warm up. As always, as you are settling, make sure you've got a good drink. I've got my coffee that's way too far away than it should be. Got to have our coffee, so cheers. And if you're driving, please just relax. Obviously, you can't pull up a beverage or a comfy seat, but that's okay. But just remember, ladies, this is your you time every single week that you get to carve out and do something for yourself. And we're going to be talking a lot about some you time today as well. But just remember, this is your you time. So relax, drop your shoulders, take a deep breath, unclench whatever you are currently clenching, release it. Whatever's bothering you or stressing you, it'll still be there when we're done. It ain't going nowhere. We know that. So just focus on you right now. Take this time for you, okay? And let's share our joy moments of this week. This week was a big one for this girl. This week was the mini marathon, and I got to do the 5K this year. Wasn't the half that I wanted to do, but that is okay. I got to be there. I got to participate. It was a 50th anniversary, and it was incredible. My husband ran his first half marathon and smashed his goal, by the way. Congrats to the hubby. It was so amazing to watch him do all this training, really stick with it, enjoy running, which is, probably the biggest deal to me, is seeing him fall in love with running the way that I love it. So that was just incredible to watch him finish that and finish strong. It looked like he still had gas in the tank at the end. It was incredible. And then my dad ran his 39th mini marathon in a row, 75 years old. Finished that thing in under 3 hours. It's just such a feat. What an inspiration. I know that I hope to be doing that at 75 years old. 39 in a row. Go, Dad. I definitely know where I get a lot of my motivation from. I know certainly where my love of running came from, and that's from him. So it was just such an incredible weekend. Weather was perfect, no rain, which is what we always hope for. A little chilly, but much better than it being too hot, right? A lot safer to be a little too cold than too hot. And it was just awesome. It was emotional. It was a beautiful, beautiful morning. I can't think of a better joy moment than that. Incredible. So to all you other 30,000 runners that were there this weekend, congrats on all of your completions, all of your goals and accomplishments. And I know everyone runs for their own reason. They have their own story. And just congratulations to you all. Seeing you all coming through that finish line with the smiles, the tears, it was just wonderful. I felt every one of your feels as you guys came through there. Just know that. I was rooting for you all. So congrats to all the runners and walkers at the mini this weekend. And please share your joy moments with me. Maybe you were at the mini this weekend. Maybe you share a photo of that, but share your joy moments, guys. Whether it's just you enjoying a cup of coffee, taking a walk, just doing something that you love. Share that stuff on social media. Not only does it just spread positivity and it inspires other people to find joy in their everyday moments in their lives, but it helps you celebrate and realize how important these joy moments really are. Being present, right? And having that little memory book to go back to. So share those. Please, if you could, tag me at Carla Joy Wellness when you do. I love sharing your stories on my page and in my stories on Instagram and Facebook, and just paying forward all of that joy. So share, tag. All right. Okay, well, let's dive in. Well, first, we need a sip. Oh, yeah. We always have to have a sip. Okay, let's just be real. Let's talk about how beauty is not vanity. It is vitality, ladies. There is a real connection between beauty and wellness. And I'm not just throwing information out there. There are actual scientific facts, which I'm actually going to talk about in this episode. But just know that there's a real connection there. And I think that somewhere along the way, beauty somehow got mislabeled. It started getting labeled as like superficial and unnecessary or extra, quote unquote. And I'm going to challenge that today. I'm going to challenge it hard because beauty is not vanity. It is vitality. And for women over 40, listen up. Beauty might be one of the most powerful forms of self-care you have at your disposal that you can tuck into that tool belt where other forms of self-care may have worked in the past. Maybe they still do for you, but for a lot of us, they don't work as well. And I'm telling you that beauty works. And I'm going to explain to you why. And it's not just because, oh, well, I have makeup on, so I'm better. There's real scientific facts behind this, and we're going to dive deeper into that. But let's start with what we were taught so we can understand why we have these misconceptions. We have been taught that when you care too much about how you look, then you're vain, right? That's vanity. And especially as women, we kind of had started to feel like we had to justify it. And then we started saying things like, I don't really have time for beauty. It doesn't really matter. I should focus on more important things. How many times have you said at least one of those things to yourself? I guarantee probably at least one of those, and probably multiple times. We're always saying, I don't have time to do my makeup. I don't have time to do my hair. I don't have time to do a skincare routine. I have more important things to do. Self-care is selfish. On and on and on and on and on, right? Yeah? Here is the truth. Looking good and feeling good are connected. And when you disconnect from part of yourself, you kind of disconnect from all of yourself. And that's going to make you feel off. Not because you're shallow. It's just because you kind of disconnected with your own identity. I mean, how are you supposed to be your true self if you're not connected to your true self? Kind of hard to do, right? And again, this is not about impressing anybody else. That's why I tell you this is not vanity. Let's be very clear on that. This is how you show up for you, not how you show up for anyone else, not how you show up with what's trending or what's on social media or what someone else thinks looks pretty or doesn't look pretty. None of that. This is showing up for you. This can look like putting on some lip gloss, brushing your hair, wearing something that fits your body and your personality now. Not what fits your body and personality 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. What fits you and your body type now. It can be as simple as taking care of your skin. All of these things are self-care. And again, this is not about showing up for anyone else. You're showing up for you. And this is a way of saying, I matter today. And I see this all the time. Women, we take care of everyone else. We show up for our jobs. We get everything done on these to-do lists. Well, I mean, as best we can every day. The to-do list never ends. Let's be honest, right? Uh, but we're always on that to-do list. Check, 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 check. But we're not showing up for ourselves. And then we wonder why we feel blah, why we feel disconnected, why we have low energy. And it's because we haven't poured into ourselves at all. We've poured into everybody else's cups but our own. So of course we're disconnected with ourselves. We don't take the time for ourselves. That means we don't show up for ourselves, which means we are constantly telling ourselves and reassuring ourselves that we don't matter. And we're doing it every day over and over and over again. That is not a good habit. And it's not good for us mentally. So let's talk about what happens when you actually get ready. And this is where like the confidence shift is going to come in. So even when you do just a little of some of these things, okay, like doing your makeup, doing your hair, putting on an outfit you actually like, you will notice that your posture changes, your energy kind of shifts, and that confidence rises. That is not magic, ladies. That is alignment. That is alignment with your true self. You really can start feeling like yourself again when you do these things. And when you feel like yourself, here's where the magic actually happens. I'm going to call it magic. It's not magic. It's actually science, ladies. Here's where it happens, though. When you show up for yourself and you start feeling that little bit better, you start feeling like you're going to automatically make better choices. You're going to show up differently and you're going to carry yourself with confidence. And what that does is it impacts your motivation, your mindset, and your consistency. So if you're struggling to stick with whatever goals it is you're working on, if you show up for yourself and fill up those tanks as you need to, then you're going to start showing up for yourself differently when you're trying to accomplish those goals. So you're going to have a better mindset. You're going to feel better. And when you feel better, you make better decisions. It's easier to stick to your personal promises to yourself and those personal goals. It's easier to stay motivated, and it's easier to be more consistent, which, as we know, any goals you are setting, consistency is always what matters the most. You can't show up sometimes, you got to show up all the time. And consistency is what builds those habits and gets you to those goals. And when you show up for yourself, it gives you that pep, that boost in your step every day that is going to help carry you along those goals effortlessly. Instead of trying to push yourself harder, it's almost like the opposite. It's almost like instead of pushing harder and harder and harder, I'm going to take a little more time for myself over here. And all of a sudden that goal got easier without having to push harder. And that's why I say beauty and wellness are not separate. And here's where the connection with beauty and wellness is really going to kind of set in here. When you engage in a beauty routine, okay, you're actually regulating your nervous system. You are creating calm within yourself. And when you're doing this, you're building that consistency. And when you create that calm and that consistency of showing up for yourself, you're reinforcing your self-worth. You're constantly telling your body, I'm worth it. I matter. And see how consistency over time overrides the old beliefs with the new beliefs of, instead of I don't have time, that's not important, that is vain, with I am important, I matter, it is not vain, it is vitality. And that's where that consistency is going to override one with the other. These are not just beauty tasks, okay? But think about it. We start doing skincare at night or doing it more intentionally. Words are hard sometimes when you're over 40. Do your makeup in the morning. Get dressed intentionally. These aren't tasks. These are rituals. They're like grounding moments. They're daily check-ins with yourself. They are non-negotiable moments for you. And when you do this, ladies, and this is science-backed stuff here, okay? When you show up consistently for yourself, your stress levels decrease, your mood increases, your energy increases, your mental clarity increases. Because when you put more happy chemicals going on in the body, then that helps regulate all the not so great stuff, right? So just by doing these things, spending time with yourself intentionally every single day, you override a lot of the negative with the positive. And over time, that's where the quote unquote magic happens. We won't call it science because science sounds boring. Magic sounds like more fun, even though it is science. But that is where the magic happens, ladies. Okay. So, and here's where I really want to explain this on a deeper level for you. Let's talk about how this is really truly helping you internally, where that beauty and wellness connection really, really is. Okay. The reason why it affects you so much is the power of self-touch. And again, very scientifically researched here. So we got to go a little deeper here, but think about this when you are applying skincare or massaging your face, right? Like you're putting on the skincare, or maybe you're like rubbing in your foundation for your makeup, okay? Maybe you're brushing your hair and kind of massaging the scalp. And you're taking your time doing these things. You're activating what's called your parasympathetic nervous system. Knew I was not going to get that out in the first go. Your parasympathetic nervous system, ladies. Basically, that system is in charge of like regulating how calm you are, what your stress levels are like. And when you can calm that system and regulate it a little more, it signals to your body safety. So you're literally telling your body by self-touch that you can relax now. So when you touch your face, you're telling your nervous system, I can relax now. And for a lot of us women, these are the only moments in the day where we can really slow down, breathe, connect with ourselves, get any kind of peace and quiet or alone time. And that is powerful. You can recharge a battery pretty quickly. You'd be surprised. We're not talking about a full spa day. We're not talking about 2-hour routines and rituals here. I'm talking about literally doing some skincare before bed or putting on a little makeup. And let's break that down even further. I'm not talking about a 12-step skincare routine that you have to have. If you love that, great, do that. The longer the better, right? But we're talking about, wash your face and put on some moisturizer. That's it. Just be intentional. So when you're washing the face, really with that self-touch, rub it in. Do it for a whole minute or two, really focus on the massage part of it. Same thing as you apply the cream. Same thing when you're doing your makeup. It does not have to be a full glam routine. You could just put on some blush and some lipstick. That's it. But do it a little slower. Do it a little intentionally, right? And really focus on that self-touch. It's the same thing as you get dressed and you pick out that outfit that actually speaks to you. You're touching yourself. You're literally touching parts of your whole body as you're getting dressed. You're spending time with yourself. It's about intention. And again, it's about consistency and showing up for yourself in small ways. So this is not something you pick and choose on any given day of the week or quote unquote, when I have time. No. This is stuff you do every day. Now, one day you might be like, hey, I want to put on mascara and some blush and some lipstick and whatever. And maybe the next day it's just lip gloss. That's fine, but you still show up every single time. Some might be more than less, but you still do some of it consistently every single day. And like I said, even if it's simple or even if it's really, a whole thing, either way is still enough as long as you consistently do it. That's going to be the one thing that is non-negotiable for you, is you're consistently doing it. And if you can do that, this is where the identity shift is going to happen. This is where you stop being the woman who let herself go or the woman who doesn't have time. And this is where you become the woman who shows up for herself. That identity shift changes everything. It will spill into everything else in your life, not just what you work on personally, but it will spill into all the people you care about. Because here's the truth. You're only going to be the best version of yourself if you take care of yourself. If you want to be a better wife, if you want to be a better mom, a better daughter, better caretaker, whatever hat you're currently wearing, I'm sure it's 13 hats like all us women are wearing. If you want to be good at all those things and be the best for all those people that you love and care so much for, then you have to do these things for yourself. Because if not, you're showing up for them at half potential. You're tired, you're drained, you're snappy, you're irritated, you're not really fully present when you're speaking with them or hanging out with them or doing whatever it is you do to care for them, cooking their meals. It doesn't matter. You're not fully present, or you're being short and snappy, or you're just trying to go through the motions and you're not even really being there and soaking up the time you have with those loved ones. And tomorrow is never promised, ladies. It is never promised. We don't know how much time we have. We don't know how much time we have with our loved ones. And we should be intentional with the time that we are spending with them. And if you don't take the time to fill up your own cup and be a good version of yourself and have your energy full and be a healthy version of you, you are not going to show up the best way you can for them. Now, doesn't that actually sound more selfish than the opposite? Isn't it more selfish to show up for people in a halfway than it does to show up for yourself and fill up your tanks? And this is why I so strongly believe that beauty is vitality. Beauty is wellness. Wellness is beauty. So if you have been feeling off lately, this might be your missing piece. Not another diet, not another crazy routine, but really truly connecting with yourself every single day through beauty. Because beauty is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about caring for yourself. It's about choosing you. Choosing you. That's what beauty is. Not if I have time. You choose you every single day. You choose your joy, ladies. It's hard to hear, but you choose your joy every single day, and you choose you when you choose you. It's not going to choose itself. You have to choose you. So I'm going to challenge you here to pick one thing to do today. Could be makeup, could be some skincare, could just be picking out a really great outfit that you really want to wear. But I want you to notice how you feel while you do it. Pick one thing and start today. And don't stop after today. Consistency. That is where it's going to really change it all for you. That's where the shift is going to occur. When you've been doing this consistently for days and days in a row, you're just going to start to notice the difference and how you feel and how you present yourself to the rest of the world. That new, better version of you will start to emerge. Could be a few days, could be a week, could be a month. But the things that I'm telling you to do, these are not hard things. They're not restrictive things. I'm not asking you to take things away from yourself or do any kind of crazy new, life overhauls. I'm telling you to spend some time with yourself. And yeah, I'm telling you to practice self-touch because it's powerful. Real scientific research done on this, ladies. This is not self-care fluff that I'm throwing at you. It's real. The results are real. It works. I've seen it. I've experienced it. And the statistics back it all up. Self-care starts with beauty, especially in your 40s. Beauty, where it's hard to find how we identify. We're no longer our old selves. We're just figuring out who this new self is. And beauty helps you express your own personality, and it forces you to spend time with yourself and put your hands on you. The task is you. And it's powerful. It's absolutely powerful. So remember, beauty is not vanity. Beauty is vitality. And the beauty and wellness connection is real. So go try it out. Feel free to leave me some comments when you do and let me know how you feel. Let me know what you start doing or doing differently. Let me know how it's going. I love being on these journeys with you ladies. I absolutely love it. And if you're in the Joy Circle, start posting them there. We love to share your joys or your journeys with you. You know that. If you're not in the Joy Circle, get in there and come share your journey with us there so we can cheer you on. But either way, go do it. Whether you share it or not, go do it. That's your challenge. Pick one thing today, okay? Sound good? I love it. Love talking about this topic. It's definitely close to my heart. So that is your challenge. Let's take one last sip of Java today and shift our mindset a little. Get ready to take on the rest of our day. Thank you for joining as always. Thank you for joining us on Java and Joy. I hope this conversation poured a little joy into your day. If this episode helped you, please, please, please share it with a friend who could use hearing this as well. We probably all know at least one person who can benefit from this. And it helps me out so much when you guys share, when you leave reviews. It costs you nothing, takes you 1 minute, and it really, truly not only helps me be able to continue to create these and put them out there for you guys, but it helps me reach even more women that I could potentially help as well. So pay forward that joy, ladies. Share, leave reviews. I really, truly appreciate that. And just keep spreading that joy. Keep spreading that joy. All my information is in the show notes, links, goodies, all the things. If you need more community, more support, more accountability, it's all there for you. You can check out my Signature Joy Method program. But everything is also at carlajoywellness.com. Everything. Always there where you can find it. And you can find me everywhere on social media at Carla Joy Wellness as well. Instagram, Facebook, you name it, I'm there. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for pouring some time into this today. And more importantly, for pouring some time into yourself. Congrats on that. That's kudos to you. So until next time, keep finding your joy one sip at a time.